Welcome everyone, Dylan Gemelli here today with a brand new video for you. So today I want to talk to you about foods that can cause inflammation. Now inflammation is discomforting and it can be really severe if it's unchecked. It's not always bad because it is your body's response to injuries in form of protection, right? But when inflammation becomes permanent in your body, it can cause severe medical conditions. Things like obesity, constant fatigue, diabetes, heart disease. But what causes this? Well, it can have a direct effect on the food that you're eating. So let's start from the top. Anything that's fried, okay? When you fry foods in vegetable oil, you're doing damage to yourself. The contributors to inflammation in fried foods are called AGE, which is Advanced Glycation End Product. Now, the more AGEs your body's having it, the higher the inflammation rate is going to be. Next, oils with excess omega-6. Whether it's a vegetable oil or some other kind of oil, if it has too much omega-6, it can contribute to inflammation. The cause here is from omega-6 fatty acids, is their breakdown in which they get converted into prostaglandins, in addition to many other proteins that promote inflammation in the body. Next, meat from animals that eat grains. Now, there are two reasons why meat can cause chronic inflammation. First, today's livestock is feeding on grains where it used to feed on grass. These animals then need various antibiotics for proper growth that are entering your diet as well. And furthermore, the high content of saturated fat in meat also causes inflammation. Next, highly refined flours. Now, refined flours pass through the digestive system a lot faster. Fast digestion causes a quick rise in sugar and insulin levels in the body. Next, sugar. When you are overeating sugar, you cause the excess of it to produce cytokines. Cytokines are directly related to inflammation in the body. So avoid sugar not only in your regular coffee or tea, but also in the form of candies and jellies as well. Next is alcohol. Now, I'm putting alcohol after sugar because of the high content of sugar in alcohol, and it's one of the main causes of inflammation. But keep in mind that alcohol causes the most damage to your liver, and continued use of it over the long term can cause inflammation of the liver. Then we got dairy products. The main reason why you consume dairy products and they can lead to inflammation is that human bodies are not very good at digesting certain products. Lactose and casein are present in abundance in dairy products. These two are culprits that can result in chronic inflammation if you continue to use them. Trans fats. Now, two inflammatory markers, TNF-alpha and IL-6, are abundant in trans fats. They're the reason why trans fats can cause inflammation. Now keep in mind that there are many foods in your daily diet that have trans fat in them, including like margarine and various fast foods. So avoid any products that say hydrogenated on them because they have trans fat in them. Then we got breads. So breads that you buy from the store can cause inflammation. These types of bread are prepared in concise time, resulting in improper fermentation. This improper fermentation reduces the amount of gluten and starch in the bread making, and it's hard for your digestive system to digest it. Intestinal inflammation is a result of eating these breads. Processed meaty items. So if you're a fan of eating sausages and jerkies, you might want to listen to this. These items are really high in saturated fat and AGEs. The pasteurization and drying processes of these meat causes AGEs to form. All right? The more you eat, the more prone you are to inflammation. Next, we have additives. Many of the ice creams and almost all the candies you eat have artificial additives in them. And since these ingredients are artificial, you can conclude that your body does not have a special function to digest them. Your body's natural response to artificial coloring and other additives is to fight them, which then results in inflammation. Corn syrup. Now, corn syrup is really a lot present in many of the foods that you eat. Corn syrup even leaves sugar behind when it comes to its fructose content. So, in sugar, there's 50% fructose, whereas corn syrup has 55% of it. High fructose corn syrup has many names like maize, for example, glucose syrup, things like that. Iodized salt. While it does not cause inflammation directly, but when your kidneys are not able to get rid of enough salt from your body, the sodium in salt causes your blood's volume to increase, and when your blood expands, the veins expand at the same time. Any inflammation of the body then worsens. Peanuts. The reason why peanuts cause inflammation is due to the presence of molds on them. When these allergens enter your body, your immune system responds to them, resulting in inflammation. Then we have agave. You will often be asked to use it instead of sugar, but what people don't realize is that agave has nearly double the amount of fructose in than white sugar. So the more agave you take, the more damage you do to your liver. Seitan. Now, vegans and vegetarian find the idea of eating fake meat fascinating. But what they don't realize is the meat that they're eating is often a result of wheat protein gone through an extreme texturizing process, and this meat is processed and causes inflammation just like red meat. And lastly, packed juices. Packed juices almost always go through the pasteurization process, which means very, very high temperatures. The process even kills the good bacteria in the juice, so all you get is the sugar. So we already have talked about sugar, and we know that this really contributes to inflammation as well. So that is the foods that can cause inflammation. www.elitefitness.com/videos is where you can see all of my new and old videos updated daily, uncut and uncensored. www.icearms.com/forums, and dylan@icearms.com is where you can get me with all questions and comments. So that being said, stay tuned for plenty more to come. Dylan Gemelli signing off.